All right, if you're running a small or medium business, listen up, because this one's for you. We're going to dive into one of the most effective ways to stop cyber attacks in their tracks. It's a clear, powerful playbook called the Essential 8. So let's see how it works. So let me ask you something straight up. Is your business really secure? And I don't just mean your computers and your tech. I'm talking about your whole operation. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's a massive business risk. Look, the hard truth is, for businesses like ours, a single cyber incident, it's not just a headache. It can be devastating. I mean, it can literally shut you down for good. That's why having a solid, easy-to-follow plan isn't just a nice-to-have. It is absolutely essential. Okay, so how do you actually build that defense? Well, that's where this framework comes into play. It's a powerful solution backed by the experts, and it's designed to tackle this exact problem. Let's introduce the Essential 8. So what is the Essential 8 exactly? Well, it's a set of top priority strategies put together by the Australian Signals Directorate. And just so you know, that's a national security agency. So we're not talking about just some good ideas here. This is a framework built by the pros to give you some serious top-tier protection. All right, now for the fun part. We're going to break down each of these 8 essential defenses. And you know what the best part is? We're not going to get lost in a bunch of technical jargon. We're going to use simple analogies that make it super clear what each one does, and more importantly, why it matters so much. So here they are, the whole shebang. Application control, patching your apps, locking down Office macros, user application hardening, multi-factor authentication, patching your operating systems, restricting admin privileges, and of course, regular backups. That's our roadmap. Let's go. Okay, first up, application control. And honestly, this might be the single most powerful defense on the entire list. The concept is super simple. Think of your computer network as an exclusive city. Application control is like the bouncer at the front gate, and they've got a very strict guest list. If a program isn't on that approved list, it ain't getting in. Simple as that. This one thing stops a huge amount of malicious code before it can even get started. But you might be wondering, what about the programs that are already on the guest list? Well, even the best software can have these tiny little invisible cracks, vulnerabilities that hackers love to exploit. And that's where patching your applications comes in. It's really just like putting a Band-Aid on a scrape. It's a quick, simple fix that seals up that little hole and stops a much bigger infection from happening later on. All right, next, let's talk about configuring Microsoft Office macros. Now, this one is so important because it deals with a massive blind spot for a lot of businesses. Think of this as a special bouncer just for your Microsoft Office files, your Word documents, your Excel spreadsheets. This bouncer's job is to check those files and make sure no nasty surprises are hiding inside. Because believe me, attackers love to use them to sneak in. And that brings us to user application hardening. This is all about beefing up your defenses from the inside out. So if your computer is your castle, think of things like your web browser as the main doors. You wouldn't just leave those doors wide open for anyone to walk through, would you? Of course not. This is about putting some strict rules in place for how those doors can be used. Basically, locking them down so they can only do what's absolutely necessary. It's a huge step in minimizing risk. Okay, so far we've been talking a lot about locking down your software, but what about locking down access for people? Well, this next one, this is a total game changer. I'm talking about multi-factor authentication, or MFA. The analogy is perfect. Think of your password as the secret code to get into a cool, exclusive club. MFA is like needing that secret code plus a secret handshake. It's that critical second layer of proof that makes it unbelievably harder for a bad guy to get in, even if they somehow manage to steal your password. Let me just say this as plainly as I can. A password by itself is just not enough anymore. It's not. Multi-factor authentication gives you that double protection, and frankly, in this day and age, it should be non-negotiable for your business. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about patching your operating systems. Now, I know what you're thinking. Didn't we just talk about patching? Yes, but this is different. If your applications are the tools the computer uses, the operating system, Windows, macOS, that's like the heart of the robot. It's the core of everything. So this defense is about making sure that core system gets its medicine regularly to stay healthy and free of any dangerous bugs. Next up is restricting admin privileges. I love this analogy. Imagine you're the captain of a spaceship. Are you going to give just anyone access to the main flight controls? No way. You only give that power to your most trusted crew. It's the exact same idea in your business. You make sure people only have the level of access they truly need to do their job, and nothing more. This is called the principle of least privilege, and it's all about protecting the keys to the kingdom. And last but definitely not least, we have our ultimate safety net, regular backups. Think about it like this. All your essential business data is like a diary that you write in every single day. A backup is simply taking a photo of every single page every day. So if the worst happens, if a fire or more likely a ransomware attack destroys your original diary, you've still got all those pictures. You can put it all back together. It's your escape hatch, your plan B. Whew, okay, so that's all 8 defenses. Each one is like another layer on your shield. Now, let's put it all together and talk about how you can actually start building a path to much, much better security. So what's the bottom line here? It's this. Good cybersecurity doesn't have to be some super complicated, mysterious thing. The Essential 8 gives you a clear, actionable guide. The analogies help you get the why, and the technical controls are the how. This is your starting point for building a really strong defense for your business. And hey, remember, this isn't an all or nothing deal. You don't have to implement all of this perfectly tomorrow. It's a journey. The most important thing is just to start. The whole framework is actually designed with different maturity levels, so you can build up your defenses over time as you grow. Progress, not perfection, right? So I'll leave you with this final thought. As you look at this list of 8 powerful strategies, what's the first step for you? What's the one defense you're going to focus on strengthening first for your business? Because at the end of the day, that journey to being truly secure, it all starts with that one single step.